Doing well, Gayatri. Pleasure to see you.
Yes, pleasure to see you again.
Yes, likewise, likewise.
Yeah, I had a great time meeting you at Pitch Investors Live and the Mastermind. It was such a great event.
Yes, it was indeed, indeed. So much has happened since then. I can't wait to update you and
Absolutely.
to give you everything.
Sure, would love to hear. So, welcome to Pitch Investors Live, and this is an amazing platform where entrepreneurs can pitch investors or VCs like us from anywhere. I love this platform. I'm an advisor over here. A little bit about my background, who are watching us live. I am a partner at Hype Capital. I'm a VC, had been in the venture capital industry for quite some time. I worked for IBM, HP, Goldman Sachs, Federal Reserve Bank, had two startups of my own, and I'm super excited to welcome Nick. So, Nick, can
Thank
you please
you.
give us a little bit about your background?
Thanks, Gayatri. I appreciate it very much. I am an IT engineer with a background in high performance computing. I have had
Wow.
the fortunate experience to work for the Department of Defense and Department of Energy back in the early 2000s, building clustered supercomputers. It was the
Wow.
pretty much the first age of decentralizing processing, which was building these huge rooms of big machines and having them there so the computer scientists could access them to do jobs and predictive modeling and things like that. My experience goes back to the early days of Linux, and I'm happy to see blockchain industry grow as it has.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So tell me about what product are you doing and tell me about your startup, what you're doing.
Sure. Just to kind of recap, since Pitch Mastermind here in Miami, so much has happened with the company, and to give a little insight into what it is that we're doing. Aeryus is my company, which is a blockchain solutions company that is providing a blockchain interoperability layer where we're encapsulating transactions into digital smart receipts with our chain payments platform. We also have a suite of business tools in a web application, a SaaS product, where MSMEs globally can essentially log on, download the plugin for any content management system, and start accepting digital currency payments instantly. Also, since then, we've had multiple discussions with Haresh Mehta, and as a result of that, we found ourselves in direct talks with the banking industry in Nigeria, where we will look to be providing ourselves as subject matter experts in building a blockchain-based identity management solution that potentially could be rolled out in the banking industry and across the country. We're also in discussions to become a strategic launch partner with IOHK, also known as Cardano, for their 2020 launch of the Shelly platform, where we will be building payment-based dApps. We have secured trademarks for our chain payments product line in credit card processing and cryptocurrency processing. And our proof of concept that we built for this platform, we generated over $8 million in payments, which resulted in $160,000 in net revenue to the company. I've bootstrapped this entire project with some of the other founders in the company, and we're looking to raise $750,000 in exchange for 12% ownership in the company now.
That's great. So can you please tell me a little bit about what exactly is the problem that you think that your blockchain product is solving?
So the primary function is solving the massive adoption problem that exists with cryptocurrency in general. So this blockchain interoperability layer is essentially combining and allowing a bunch of different blockchains to talk to each other and providing tools that a user doesn't have to have expertise in any specific blockchain as a business owner or just as a general user in order to interpret the advantage or results of a blockchain-based transaction.
So does the user need a wallet?
So yes, we've actually developed a smartphone application that will deploy along with our web-based application that will allow our users to either use they can use their own wallet or use our wallet. to engage with the platform.
That's great. So can you please tell me why somebody needs to use blockchain for this? Why not I use a different database? And you come from IT, so there's
Yeah.
so many databases existing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So decentralization is really one of the key benefits to blockchain technology, right? So where centralization, such as a database servers and things of that nature, are not readily accessible, and primarily in emerging markets, this becomes a huge tool to really level what we call bridging the digital divide. And that's really our mission. We started a 1 million African blockchain believers education initiative, which is our brand awareness initiative in Northern Africa, where we have over 4 universities that are doing an introductory course that was designed to teach people about blockchain, with Aeryus being the flag bearer, if you will, for the course. So it's decentralization is key in this area.
Yeah, that's great. Can you also please talk about what's the difference between what you are doing and there is a giant company called Facebook. They're trying to do with Libra.
Yes, that's a great point, right? So Libra is a social experiment. And I feel as though that what we're doing is, providing another range of an open source platform that will essentially allow people, no matter if they are on Facebook or not, to engage in the digital economy. We all know that there are several $1 trillion locked up in emerging markets, that capital that has yet to be accessed. And I feel as though that taking even just a small part in a small initiative to participate and providing a solution for that digital economy is going to be extremely important. And that's our goal with our company.
Yeah, that's great. Also, what are your top next steps that you want to do right now?
Well, number one for us is actually going ahead and recruiting the best talent. As you know, blockchain industry is one of the most competitive industries that exists now. I feel as though in the next 24 months, merger and acquisition is going to get so aggressive, and the talent grabs are going to be so aggressive. So we want to stay ahead of that curve. From an internal business standpoint, of course, focus on building our footprint in Northern Africa and as far as marketing goes. But even more importantly, preparing here in the United States by obtaining the money transmitter licenses that we're going to need to be good custodians of digital currencies, we see as a very integral part. So we have a great compliance team that has built a strategy for us to deploy here domestically. And that's another part of our really early focus.
So you being in US, why you're targeting just Africa? Why not Asia or any other regions? Why not why not US? We had so much problem. I mean, obviously not within US payment transaction. Like if I'm trying to even send money in London or Israel, it's such an issue. So what exactly are you planning?
So that's interesting, right? So our very first initiative, which was our proof of concept, was deployed over in Eastern Asia. I spent the first 4 months of 2017 traveling Eastern Asia. I was in Singapore, the Philippines, in Kuala Lumpur, in making these connections that resulted in the $8 million that was processed. What we thought was really important was to err on the side of ensuring that we were compliant. Facebook met this compliance problem head on, whereas we wanted to make sure that when we deploy, we're deploying in a good light, and all of the clients that use our platform will be also good stewards of the technology as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, that's good. And so tell me what you're doing with Bank of Nigeria, and you told Harish connected you. What is that details? And whenever if you're an American, you're thinking about Nigeria, we're always getting with those typical emails, spam emails are coming from they're not coming from a country, but they're definitely coming from they use all those nomenclatures. So what are you doing and what's helping, you know,
Yeah.
what help that you are trying to establish over there that is kind of missing right now?
So, and this comes to the point of experience that I think is the most important part. In this industry, there are going to be companies like IBM that are competing for the ability to deploy solutions. And I
Yeah.
know you know this from your experience. I had, in my early
Yeah.
yeah. So in my early, days of working with the Department of Defense and Department of Energy, actually being able to see how subject matter experts are able to shape technology and the views of technology is really important. So this opportunity in Nigeria to engage at a very high level in the banking industry is important because not only is Nigeria a part of the emerging economy in Africa, it is the largest economy in Africa. They represent, several hundred billions of dollars in commerce. Outside of the Nigerian print scam that we always see that shows up in our email, there is a very vibrant and lively economy all throughout Nigeria and the Pan-African region.
Yeah.
And for us, regulatory, concerns here in the States make it our secondary target and not our primary target.
Right. Absolutely. And what kind of discussion are you having with that particular Bank of Nigeria? Yeah.
So we actually have a communication and connection that was given to us through our connection with Harish and another one of his associates within his organization that has allowed us to connect with a reputation management provider for almost all of the top banks in Nigeria. So they have been, and it's a US based company. So this US based company has been working in Nigeria for over the past 5 or 6 years and has allowed us to essentially take on the role of a subject matter expert in blockchain and provide this initial discussions for creating the MVP for the identity management solution.
That's great. Where do you see yourself in the next 1 to 2 years in terms of revenue or in terms of building your business?
If all things hold true in terms of the growth patterns as it relates to mobile banking, peer-to-peer transfers and things of that nature, our chain payments platform should far exceed our expectations and start generating anywhere in the neighborhood of $30 to $50 million for a year in transactional revenue. We're looking at those projections, based on $600 average per user that's generated right now in the peer-to-peer applications, and with 100,000 users, we can easily surpass our goal. Within those 1 to 2 years, I would like to see the company Aeryus itself with a few notches under its belt and becoming a prime acquisition target for, whether it be Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or any of the larger companies that have an interest in what we're doing.
That's great. Can you also talk a little bit about your team? Like, who's your team?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Sure.
we invest in team.
Yes. So we're fortunate enough to have some industry veterans in various areas. One of the MTV guy, and Alan Goodman is one of my closest mentors and confidants, and he is such an asset to the team from his early experience in branding the launch of MTV and also the launch of Nickelodeon. So he is one of our core leaders, if you will. But we also have our compliance team, our legal team, which is led by Jonathan Dunsmore. He is an active, attorney in the compliance and legal space here in the United States. Actually speaks all over the world. So he just got back from South Africa speaking. So he leads our compliance team. We also have our creative team, which is led by Cindy and Rob Klein. Two great individuals. So when you see our branding and you see our artwork that goes out, that we pretty much have probably some of the best best minds at work, if you will.
Yeah, yeah, I totally love what you're doing, and I think that um, uh, there are opportunities for us to work together.
Awesome.
What we can do right now is that if you can send me, I think I have got some of your business plans and others. I would love to
Yes.
look at some of the term sheets and other details and see how we can work together.
Awesome.
And I think what you are building can be a big competitor to Libra, and
Thank you.
you can be the next unicorn. So I'm super excited actually for your project.
Th- Thank you, Gayatri. I can't thank you enough. I know we didn't get to spend much time together, but
Yes,
I am so
yes.
glad that this happened.
Yeah, especially considering my background in blockchain, we didn't get much
Yes.
to spend together. So let's find that time out. I'm going to share all my details with you, and we should definitely try to have that meeting sooner, and
Yes.
to have that access to the VC and the investor world.
Awesome. Thank you, Gayatri, so much.
Thank you so much. It was great talking to you, Nick,
My
and
pleasure.
let's get the ball rolling and make you a unicorn.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Talk to you very soon.
Take care. Bye.
Awesome. Bye bye.